I'd struggled after the birth of our daughter, who's our eldest child, really with feeling that I wasn't living up to my own expectations of what being a dad was, falling short of what other people expected of me, finding things that everyone else appeared to find straightforward really difficult. So getting your children to go to sleep. I know now that that's not an easy task. It's something that lots of people struggle with. That on top of having to be the provider, having to be strong because I haven't been through all of the kind of physical changes and coping with all of that. Rather like Mark was saying, I reached the point where after the birth of our second child, that it all got too much for me to cope with. To the point that something very, very straightforward kind of snapped, and I came home from work, curled up in a ball, kind of in bed. My wife came home and kind of found me there, and from there the story's been a more positive one. But certainly up to that point, didn't feel like I could really talk to anyone about it.
And did you think postnatal depression, because it's not something that is associated with men, is it?
Yeah, I mean, I had some contact with two GPs, kind of having, kind of reached the point where I decided I needed to do something about it. The first, a male GP, kind of dismissed it and told me to essentially, man up.
GP told you
essentially
to man up
and really to get a grip and pull yourself together, because that's what you do. You chose to have children. It's your it's your responsibility. Get on with it. Which, as you can imagine, wasn't enormously helpful. No. So I went to see a second GP who took the time to actually have a chat with me, find out what was going on, and whilst she didn't diagnose me as having postnatal depression, she drew a very clear link between what I was feeling and how I was feeling about life, not just about being a dad, but about everything else, and the birth of certainly our second child.